But here I am in all my glory, trying to hide the mess that is my house currently. Oh, that works a little bit better. So great. Do 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 do. Back in action. Do do do. Hopefully you guys can hear me well. I am not using Goliath mic today. Gonna give myself some room. Room. I need to pull up my other stuff. Hey Coco. Hey Bree. Earlier I was trying to get on here, had everything set up, had like the PayPal, everything kind of up and ready to go. And then the next thing I know, it says your webcam is being used by another application. I'm like, well, that's freaking weird. So I had to literally restart everything. An awkward moment when you're like, someone's watching me. I need to actually add the slider piece to it. I just haven't done it yet because I'm like, my life really isn't that interesting. All right, Coco, my dear. Coco, my dear, it does look like someone right now is testing you on how you love them, basically. Because it says love without condition. So it's basically someone's testing your wheel towards them. Bree, let's see what we got for you, baby. Bree. So we got 2 become 1 for you, Bree. So that's either that you and a partner are finally making that final step, or it's you and your shadow self finally merging. Hello, Razine, my dear. Beautiful name. Here's how we do it, people. We go down by the list as from when you came in. So if you don't see me calling your name just yet, that means that I haven't got to you yet. Razine, my dear, there's some messages that you need to heed their warning. I don't know if someone's like been telling you about someone else, or maybe you're just getting signs about a certain individual that you're dealing with, but take them as a warning, baby. Hello, creative intelligence. Welcome, my dear. Which it seems like you've got some signs in your life coming through as well. You need to pay attention to the signs. It seems like one of the main things that people have issues with is when they get signs from the universe, but they're not listening to them because someone in your life that you care about or you don't want to hurt. Georgia Peach, my dear. I don't know if you have this feeling of where you're not belonging, or maybe it's just one of those days where you just kind of feel like, what's your place in the world? Just know that you have your purpose just like everybody else. Hello, Jessica, my dear. Welcome. And hello, Miss Georgia. Jessica. Baby, you need to go with the flow. Just kind of like time, take you wherever it's going to take you. I know sometimes it seems like it's taking forever, but give it time. When you start going with the flow and stop fighting against the current, things will work better. And then my dear, can I? We've got be without malice. So whoever is tempting you with anger, my dear, just go about your day. Do your thing. Be kind, be wise. See what I got for you today. Be kind. Or be wise. Embrace the spirit, baby. You need to embrace who you are, what you feel, and your surroundings. So once you start doing that, things are going to be a little bit easier for you. Thanks for the heads up. The guy I was talking to just texted me saying he lost his job. Makes total sense. It seems to be happening with everybody, though. And Razine, you are very welcome, my dear. Hello, Brittany. How are you doing, sweetheart? time for you to seek the answers within, my dear. All the questions that you have can simply be answered by looking inward. Which I think I caught up to you guys. That's not bad. By the way, if you are not subscribed, if you would do so, I'd really appreciate that. Like liking the video and all that. It does help the channel out a little bit. You are very welcome, Bree. Thank you, my dear. Who here likes popsicles? All right. Good boy. No, you just gave me the card that someone in text is texting my love. He is texting to see if I would stay with him without having a job. Ooh. Question is, what is your response? Well, that's not creepy. I'm going to the fetish dungeon. No popsicles. I don't know. It was kind of one of those things where if a profile seems weird and just you come in and you say some weird shit, I'm automatically going to like block your ass just because I'm not in the mood. Hello, Michelle. Or Michael. Michael. Sorry. My bad. You need to challenge your perspective, Michael. When you start challenging your perspective, it's going to open you up a lot more. I was going to cut him off. Kim, give me 1 minute, babe. People are immature. I stalked your YouTube all day yesterday waiting for your live, even though I haven't the notification. Yeah, yesterday I took a break. I almost took a break today. Like if you go and you look at our page, I'm like, hey guys, I ain't going to come on today because I was having like real bad allergies for like the last like 10 hours. And it was just nonstop sneezing. And I'm like, oh. And as soon as I typed that and I posted, nothing. I'm like, okay, I'm going live. Kim, my dear, you need to seek the lesson instead of looking for the answer. Hello, Ty, my dear. The Jolly Rancher. Well, at least we know what to stock the dungeon up with. Ty. Thank you, my dear. It is time for you to reflect, Ty. You need to do some inner reflection, my dear. And you're very welcome, Michael. I might have cried if you did that. We are in a committed relationship now. I need these lives. Where's sweet Gabby? I do not know where Gabby is. She's probably still doing schoolwork. And I know that my Sea Biscuit of Doom is working as well. So, you know, that's the thing. I know it's like I told the hubby, I'm like, it's so hard for me to skip out on lives. Like yesterday, I wanted to get on, but I'm like, I need a mental break because if I don't, it's just not going to work out for the rest of the week. So I kind of forced myself into a mental break, at least on the lives. I've got like 6 different blogs written up. I've got 4 different videos getting ready to be posted over the next month, and I'm still making stuff. So technically it was a break, but it wasn't a break. Hello, Amazing Me. Did you see my Patreon comment? I have a family-free question, and you know so much. I have not, my dear. I haven't had the chance to check out our Patreon today, but once I get off the live, I'll go check it out, my dear. Amazing Me. What do we got for you, my dear? Okay, so Amazing Me, we got heed your dreams if it will ever focus. Heed your dreams. So basically what this means is like what you're wanting to put into reality versus what is your reality. You need to work a different angle to achieve it. And by heeding your dreams means heeding the things that are going to stop you from actually accomplishing it. Hello, shooting star, my dear. Oh, crap. You need to seek the courage, baby. I don't know what it is in your life that you're needing a little bit of extra courage, but no, it comes from within, my dear. Gabby! Hello, Gabby. By the way, look at this. Ain't that like fucking awesome? Like it's longer than what I can show. Ugh. The other day I went to go see my brother's little baby, and I had this on, and I was like, hey. And he rolled all the way over to me, and I picked him up, and then he tried to eat my shirt. It was a great day. Ooh, I got big news. What's the news, baby? What's your 2 questions, I'm going to assume, baby? Do. I read for myself today. I'm learning to read tarot with a deck of cards. I love your shirt. Yes, so fancy. Congratulations, Gabby. How'd your first reading on yourself go? I know. I love it. Like this shirt, I mean, yeah, I have its moments, but like the top piece needs to be a little bit smaller. Well, here's my thing, okay? And this is bullshit. Like, I have boobs, don't get me wrong, like, but my boobs ain't like triple D's about to knock you out to your knees, right? And that's the issue that I have with plus size clothing. Like, I've got the boobs, but I don't got those boobs. So if I pick a like higher shirt size, they automatically think I'm smuggling watermelons or got some, you know, Dolly Parton tits. And I fucking hate that. Hey, sweetie, good job. I just want to buy a D's too. You want to buy a deck? Baby, go for it. That's why I've started doing like deck reviews. Just for the reason being, if you guys do start to want to do your own tarot and stuff like that, you can get my personal opinion on it. By the way, who bought Brittany? Brittany, by the way, baby, write your 2 questions, sweetheart. Oh, I just want to shuffle them bitches to be like. Question is, how are you going to do it? Are you going to do it like that? Or are you going to do it all like fancy like and then switch it up or get into those little hand tricks? It says news beginnings. And when I was doing past, present, and future, my cards were so negative. Yeah, you're going to get that. You're going to get everything, especially when it's a new deck and it's trying to get to know you. By the way, if you want to do tarot, I feel like I'm losing my voice, but if you want to do tarot and you don't want to buy a deck and you got playing cards on hand, same shit. Just look up the meaning. Hello, Raven, my dear. Hello, Melon. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm going to start reading some people. Jolisa. So for you, Jolisa, we got artificial heart, but it's in reverse. So that means that your true heart is showing and you're afraid of getting broken. All the cards are, wait, what? All my cards were negative too. Using poker cards. Exactly. It's called cartomancy, I believe. I'm trying to keep up. Okay, so Brittany asked, okay, can you give me good cards? I can be happy with everything I bought today. So nervous. Well, let's see. Miss Hecate, were you happy with everything that was bought by Brittany today? Ooh. Okay, so we got the Lovers. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this. She is happy with it because right now we've got the 7 of Cups. And that means, because normally the 7 of Cups is you walking away from a situation, but you're walking towards a situation. So that this is significant of her walking towards the things that you got. So that's a good sign. Then we got the Lovers popping up. And then we also got the Priestess in reverse. So I don't know if like you were being directed on certain things that you should get for your altar by the one that you're with. Or maybe you were directed by another person. But it does feel like there was someone guiding you in a way. Why can't I stop thinking about her? It just won't stop. Okay. So we got the 10 of Swords, which is this signifies you and the mental damage that you've been through all your life. So basically, the steps that you were taking are basically steps to unfuck your life, so to speak. And then we've also got the Four of Swords. So the reason why it seems that you are clinging onto her so tightly and can't stop thinking about her is because of the possibilities of working with her, the possibilities of it helping your life to gain some perspective, to help you change and evolve and change the situation that you're in. That's kind of why you're clinging so tightly and thinking about her nonstop, is because it gives you something positive to hold on to until you can manifest those things in your life. Man, I thought you were suing. I was about to say yes, girl. Suing? Who's suing who? So true. Holy hell. You're very welcome, Jaleesa. I'm so nervous. Don't be nervous. What deck did you get? Who, me or one of them? It's okay, Brittany. You got it. Jules, babe. It's just playing cards. Yeah, like you can take a normal playing card deck. I don't got none right here, but you can use them. So if you're out with a Christian family or something like that, and you want to hone in on somebody that one of the family members brought in that you know nothing about, you can learn how to read cards, like playing cards. And you can just pull them out. Like, I know you guys have seen it before where you see the older generation playing solitaire when most of the time it wasn't just solitaire they were playing. They were reading people's fortune, my dears. I got all antiques items. I'm so excited. She is answering questions. Oh, I see. I can't sleep, breathe. Wait. I eat, sleep, breathe, Hecate. I keep waking up at 3:03. She's in my dreams. I hear a bell. Black cats in my yard, but not dogs. I'm so confused. That would probably be more from the Egyptian realm of the dead, as black cats are being able to see and protect us from spirits. So that's one thing. 303 is a number that is significant for spirits, along with demonic forces as well. Seeing her in your dreams, that's not uncommon. Hearing a bell is cleansing of one's space, or it could be a sign that, hey, someone's trying to come through and talk to you, but you're not listening. Or it could be a sign that you need to cleanse your house. Yeah, I'm just doing it because my mom doesn't believe in tarot. Totally fine. Can I have a reading, please? You can when I get done. Could I donate for one question? I don't do one question donations. Sorry. Hey, Ann. I bet it takes a while to understand who and what the spirit is talking to. Jaleesa, that is a fact. And sometimes you'll have spirits lie to you, and you got to learn how to, get to your intuition. Okay. So back to Mellow, my dear. Let's see what I can get for you. Seems like you got someone in your life, Mellow. Normally it is a man, but it could be somebody that has kind of that masculine energy. And there was two options that you had, but it seems like those options have passed in your life, and it's something that's kind of sticking around. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. What exactly is it, Helena, that you're wanting, my dear? It is 2 questions for 5. I don't do the half splitsy kind of thing. For some reason, my phone's getting blowed up today, and I don't know why. I'm thinking about who it could be, not sure. So it could be friends, it could be family, it could be a teacher. Maybe there's a certain situation. I that's all I know. From one card, I can't really get a whole bunch, but I know that there was a decision that was recently made. But it seems like the 2 options, you're wondering if they were the right options. Hope you're well. Not a problem, my dear. All right, for Katie, my dear, we got anger and chains, which means the releasing of anger from yourself out into the universe, kind of getting rid of what no longer suits you, that kind of thing. You do get a 1 card for coming in, but you do have to be subscribed. Thank you, Jaleesa, my dear. I haven't even had the chance to look. But Rich A, you do get a 1 card, my dear. You can get a general, my sweet. Just give me 1 minute. Where did you donate, Helena? Give me 1 second, guys, because I'm trying to keep up and I'm getting distracted. All right, Rich, my dear, you need to learn to let go. When you don't let go, you hold yourself back from moving forward, obviously. Lee, let's see what I got for you. You need to challenge your perception, dealing in the matter of loving someone unconditionally. To me, normally when I have 2 cards pop up, I know you only seen 1. But when I see that happening, that lets me know that there's someone toxic in your life that you need to let go of because you're holding them back by trying to help them so much. All right. What can I do for you, Helena? What's your 2 questions, my dear? If you would, put them both in a paragraph so that way I can keep up with them because as you can tell, it's a little crazy in here. Thank you, sister, for calling me, Michelle. I've had a horrible day. Really needed to laugh. I'm glad that you enjoyed that. It's been one of those days, hasn't it? Seems like Mondays are the worst, especially for me. It's like, okay, my bad. Thank you for laughing and not being like, arr. You're very welcome, Vincent. Hello, Mandel, my dear. Let's see what we get for you. Okay, so this card is the child I was meant to be, Mandel. If it would focus. Do it. But unfortunately, it is reversed. So that tells me that maybe you fit the ideal of what you thought you should have when you were younger, but it's not exactly where you want to be. It's kind of like when we're kids, we have those dreams of, hey, this is what I want to do and this is what I want to be. But when you grow up, it kind of changes. Ooh. You're dealing with some shit, Helena. Regarding your finances to come, you're going to have 2 decisions come up. And one of them is going to bring you a little bit more recognition. By the way, this is the 7 of Wands. This is the only thing that I hate about this camera is it focusing when I want it to focus. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like it takes forever. So we've got the 7 of Wands. We've got the 2 of Pentacles. And I've got a 3rd card here, which means time. So it seems like a thing of time. And once you get to that time period, we're going between 2 and 6. So that's anywhere between 2 and 6 weeks. You're going to have 2 opportunities come up. One of them is going to put you more on a management level than the other one, but you're going to have to give it time. So it seems like there's going to be a lot of hoops that you're going to have to jump through to get to it. And what's the energy surrounding me and Vic romantically is your 2nd question. Oh, sweetheart, I'm so sorry. Okay, surrounding you and Vic. So the situation surrounding you 2 is one kind of like a game. So we got the 10 of Pentacles. There we go. So we got the 10 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles is one where it's strategic. So it feels like each time that you're around each other, it's a game of like this either cat and mouse or just like a mental mind fuck. And that's kind of made you raise your defenses a little bit. But it's not really to the point to where you're ready to cut the ties. It's one of those of where you don't know where the true feeling or the truth lies in between the both of you. So it's one of those things where you're ready for the worst, but you welcome any good that comes your way. Getting ready to release my poetry collection. Ooh, I would love to know when you do, because I am a fan of poetry. All right, where do we go? Who we got? Working hard in the channel, Gab. Blah, 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 blah. Richa. Liked and subscribed. So you're one, Richa. What do I got for you? So I got a couple of things for you. But it seems like you are having issues with the family. So this could be either your family that you've created or a family that you were born into, but there does seem to be an argument between you and another person. Normally this is more of a romantic thing and it doesn't deal with like family, but it could, blood family that is. So whatever it is you're going through, my dear, I do wish you well. And that was to Richa and piece of candy, not asking for a reading. Enjoy your work, 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 work. I know, baby. It's like, let's see. Yeah, a piece of candy always smashes that button. Which, by the way, a piece of candy, my dear, I know you didn't want a reading, but it does seem like you're breaking free of being someone else's entertainment puppet, which is what we get when we get these 6 Pentacles. But it seemed like it actually took you time to break free. Funny but serious. I like the vibe, right? Like, yeah, I'll make jokes, but yeah. I will release in a few months, waiting on the unillustrator to finish cover art. Thank you. I'll update you. Thank you for the lovely reading. Not a problem, sweetheart. If I have a, what is it called? One of those P.O. boxes. If you want to send it, I'll check it out, and then I'll promote it on here. Help you get out there, because that's what we do. My sister, I think I'm tired of our drama. What drama is that, my dear? My sister, I think I'm tired of her drama. Okay, so that makes more sense. Sorry. I had to reread it to click. Just decided to focus on myself and everything else will fly to a place as always. That's what you got to do, babe. Sometimes you got to take time for yourself. And I know it's hard because you love people. And, you know, some of us are the rocks of our family because, you know, either people have died or whatever. But sometimes we got to step back and take time for ourselves, which is what I fucking done this year. And I'm so fucking glad I did. Because it's hard to get to that place to realize where you can't, since our mom passed away, our relationship is back to one that upsets me more than anything. And that's the fucking shitty part about it, especially when you lose somebody. You can't ever really control what people are going to do. And you look at them and you're like, why are you fucking up? Like, and you're not their mother, but you get that mothering instinct of just like, don't fucking do it. You'll love my poetry. Love your energy. Not a problem, dear. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure we could weasel it into a few videos. Kind of like an intro or an outro. You know how like on some videos they'll do an outro and they'll show like some little saying. We could probably figure out a way to do that. It's kind of like a quote in a way, but instead of a quote, like a poem. That's kind of what we're here for, to help lift each other up, you know what I mean? It gets tiring, though, being the rock for other people and trying to, you know, think of them, and then it wears you down. You can't sleep, you can't eat, you're constantly thinking about it. Just fucks your world up. If they don't want to listen, let them crash and burn, and once they do, they'll come back to reality, and then they're going to come to you. I've had heartburn like a motherfucker all day. That's facts. Finally get to relax and breathe. Isn't it great? You ever have that moment where you just, and then you get to stop and you're like, I was going to wear these today, but as I was shuffling, like, I don't know, my fingers got cold and I'm like, I can't do that. That would be dope. I'm doing that with another initiating group to help promote both of our brands. What are your brands, if you don't mind me asking? I know that you're doing like the reading and stuff like that. Reading. Hi. You get what I'm saying. It's a book. You're going to have to read it. So fuck. I was close. Watson. Dear Watson. You're my new favorite person today. Damn, you are ignoring me. Who am I ignoring? Have you done Gabatsa and Haley yet? I don't know. I might have. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to keep up, and I feel like okay, so here's the thing, Gabby. I know you and Jaleesa talk a lot, so normally when you two are in the room together, I totally ignore your messages. Not even going to lie. Because I'm like, you guys start talking about some crazy shit, and I just don't know what's going on, so I just wait for you to yell at me when you're trying to get my attention. I'm a squirrel. Unless you jingle something shiny and bright, I'm going to be like, oh. Now, who was it that you told me to listen to? Kavastika. Give me 1 minute, guys. Where are you? I just seen the name. Kavastiev. I know I'm saying it right. I'm saying it wrong. Candle. Mandel. Not candle. Oh, my dear. Mandel and Haley. Haley, I believe I have. Because if I'm right, she got questioned. No, I didn't. So, Mandel, you're first, and then Haley. Mandel. By the way, I'm going by your last name because I cannot pronounce your first name. And as to why my Gabby thought I could, I do not know. Oh, okay, my bad. Mandel. I think it's easier for people who know like different languages to say different other people's names. By the way, Mandel, my dear, you've got someone in your life holding something over your head, and it seems like you're not getting all the facts to the situation. So if I were you, I would dump this person like a bad habit. 9 times out of 10, people, when they say that they have something that you want to know, they really don't. It's just that they're trying to start shit. And if they do have something that you want to know, you got to ask yourself, why is that person telling them? Don't let somebody play both sides of the fences. Haley. Haley, I don't know who you're gearing up for war, but it seems like you are getting ready for it. We've got the Queen of Swords. If you would focus. Do what I want you to do. There it is. Nope. It's like a game that I play with my camera. So we got the Queen of Swords. And with the Queen of Swords, it is one who is ready to fight in any situation. So maybe there's somebody in your life that is kind of pushing your boundaries to where you're about to go unleash Kung Fu Panda on their ass. All right, let me catch up. 20 of them in an audiobook. It's a poetry collection of mine. I've been doing the back version. That'd be fucking awesome. We had bad kids back in the... We the bad kids in the back of the class. Ain't that the truth? Karine, I did one for them. Facts, Jules. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. Actually, I did because I said Watson. And I remember pulling a card for you. Go back, because I obviously can at this stage of my life, and go check. Because that's when after I got done with your reading, is when I read You're Ignoring Me by Gabby. If it sounded worse, that's not, yeah. If I didn't, actually, Gabby, if you would go back and kind of check out the last, like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, tell me if I did do them. If I didn't, and I just said their name really excitedly and thought I did, then I will give them a rating. Jaleesa, Jaleesa, I did. Gabby, don't send me all to the office. Am single right now, Haley. Am single right now. Am here. Am single right now. Don't know. Readings are like water. How's your hunt? Can I get a reading, please? Okay, Jenkins. So Jenkins, and then just because you're single, Haley, because you're the one I think did I read you for the war, the Queen of Swords, or no? Tell me which card I gave to you, because honestly, after I read them, I forget. I go through so many people, as you can tell. Haley Jenkins. I'm going to call you Jenkins, dear, because it's just easier for me and my squirrel. Jenkins, 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 Jenkins. Jenkins. Oh, I go for Haley Jenkins today. Maybe in the future, Jenkins. Queen of Swords can mean that you're going against anybody. It could be friends. It could be family. It could be co-workers. It's not necessarily relationships. It means that you're preparing to go for a battle. Maybe you're preparing to go for a promotion. Maybe you're preparing to go get laid. I don't know. I just got one card. So that's like, there's so many possibilities. It just depends on your battle. It could be a battle with mental health or your health. I mean, you're going after something and you're ready for it. Where are you? Where did I leave you? All right. The squirrel has lost her opponent and she must regain it. Well, shit. I have a card for somebody and as soon as I see their name, I know who it's going to be. But it's just finding their name. I called them out. Who the fuck was I talking to? Don't you love the squirrel brain? I don't know who I was talking about. Okay. Karine Watson. I'm going to read for you because obviously I can't remember whose name I said because it's not sticking out to me. You are going to be next. So if I don't say your first name and I say your second name, you guys really got to start paying attention. Because I do remember saying your name. I just don't remember if I did a card. Which card fell out for you. So either way. So we've got the 7 of Wands. Oh, come on, you. 9 of Wands. Work for me. Get in the light. Ah! There we go. We got the 9 of Wands. You were doing, Watson. And then I read your blot. Okay. So 9 of Wands, which means that you're either dealing with depression, you're dealing with sadness, you're dealing with something in your life that is bringing your energy in that motherfucking chi down. Don't know what it is. Don't know if it's life-threatening. Don't know if it has anything to do with family or just yourself. But whatever's getting you down, get something to make you happy. Like, and I know it's easier said than done because when it comes to dealing with issues of the mind, I think we all have kind of been there, but I don't really know what to tell you because it's different for each person. But it is acknowledgement that there is something going on that's deeper that is causing you to have this sadness, even if you're not showing it. Yes, you gave me battle card other night. Can I get a card tonight through? Honey, I wasn't talking to you, Haley Jenkins. And actually, Haley, I already gave you a card, sweetheart. There's 2 Haleys in here. Haley White, which she got the Queen of Swords, and then you, who I gave a card of whatever it was. Like I said, if you don't catch me in the moment, I'm not going to be able to help you. Especially when I got so many people in here and it's kind of like one after another. I'm not going to remember everybody's reading. I'm just going to read it and just keep on going. Kind of like when a lunch lady gives you lunch and there's like 300 kids. Sometimes they'll remember you if they look up. But other times, they're just going to keep on piling it on plates that are empty until they see the end of that glorious line. And that's pretty much how mine is. Actually, Haley, my dear, you arrived. I seen you in here, damn it. Where are you? You did not just arrive because I seen your name pop up more than once. Maybe I am losing my mind. I feel like I really did already read for you. Because I remember saying Haley Jenkins and doing a reading for you. Because I remember saying, hey, I'm going to call you Jenkins because White is in here. And I already did one for her. I'm not losing my mind. I remember this conversation. Hey, yeah, because you were like, hey, can I get a card, please? And this was like 5 minutes ago or so. Hey, Gloria. I'm going to do something. Give me 1 minute. If you guys end up saying anything, I'm not going to be able to see it or hear it for a minute. Haley Jenkins, if you go back, it was like, I don't know, it's showing on my end about 5.5 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago, that I actually pulled a card for you, my dear. So you might want to just go back and do it. I read you before you came in. Who knows? But I did just do a replay on it. Okay, Gloria. I'm going to do Gloria. Maybe I don't know what heartbreak you're going through, but it is showing. Hopefully it does get better, my dear. Unfortunately, you know, these things can come out of the blue. Hello, hello, my dear. Hello. Hello, my dear. It seems like you've got out of someone's clutches who was trying to test you and it didn't work. I'm so sorry, sweetie. What's going on, Gloria? What's got you in a tiffy? What's got your world going upside down? Yeah, mystery guy. I talk to him a lot, so he's kind of like the furniture, you know what I mean? He's around, and I know he's around, but I know he's got more patience than the common person, you know what I mean? Which I know how his day went. I heard about the lawn watering fiasco. I ain't playing games no more. Girl, I do not blame you. All right, since Gabby's forcing me to read the hat, man, let's see what's out there for you. Basically, it's just going to tell you what you want to know. You're already hanging there, baby, by a thread anyway, and you're going to end up snapping. And it's not going to make your daughter happy or your wife, because I feel like you're kind of on the edge as it is. And the more you sit there, the more it grows, and the more you're just ready to fucking tear loose. Good luck, Hatman. Or Executioner, as I like to call you. Gloria, my dear, that is a 5 for 2 question. I sent. Gabby, I can't pull a card for you. I know, Gabrielle. Yes, I know, Gabrielle donated. Well, where did you donate? And have both of your questions in one paragraph, please, because I can't do split questions, because we've got 11 people on here, and they are not slowing down, my dear. So if you'll put both of them questions into a thing and tell me Cashapp, thank you. You're awesome. You're an awesome human being. Now, where the fuck was I? Who was I talking to? There was somebody who was new. Where are you? Come here. Where'd you go? There's somebody I'm missing. Don't you guys just love this fuckery? It's like 20 minutes of me going, where the fuck are you? Speed round. Exactly. Bad week to not have caffeine, huh? Maybe it was somebody I thought I seen, but I didn't see. Call. KAW06. Let's see what I got for you. Someone tried to pass judgment on you, my dear, and unfortunately it did not work out to their favor. Either that, or maybe you were trying to pass judgment on another. Well, that's possible. Either way, it didn't work. If you haven't subscribed, please do so now. I would really appreciate that. Gabby, I will pull a card for you, baby. You just got to give me a minute. And then for the second question. Okay. Okay. So for your first question, we got the Fool in reverse, which to me, instead of it being a new journey, it is an old journey that is being done. And as far as the true feelings that this person has towards you, they are going to be revealed, but you're going to have to do it on their terms, not your terms, Gloria. Then we've got the Queen of Cups, which is your messages. They haven't fallen on deaf ears, so to speak. But I feel like the response isn't going to be one of ooh, la la, love and all that jazz. I feel like it's going to be more of like, hey, this is where I'm at in my life. I'm not trying to be rude, but I got to get my shit together. And I appreciate you telling me how you feel, but I don't feel like it's going to be like one of those, you know, keep on going and going. Now I get Gabby, my princess, my little boo-boo who loves me and waits for me and helps me and types her little nib-nibs off. Let's see what I got for you, my dear. By the way, I showed some Gabby something. So show Gabby some love. The girl works her ass off for me. So Gabby, my dear, we got the Empress coming up, which means that you're passing judgment on those around you, which it seems that it's leading you to a little bit of heartbreak, my dear, just because you are seeing the true side of people and learning how they seen you in their life as if they had control over you and that you would fall into their own little gang of bullshit when in reality you're coming into your own and you're tired of it. You're tired of it. So basically, it's you kind of becoming your own person, and a lot of people ain't liking it. There we go. All right. And am I caught up again? But Gloria, my dear, you know, some chapters we got to leave behind, and some chapters, you know, we just got to leave an open page for them. I feel like they've got a lot of shit going on in their mind, and it's not that they're trying to ignore you, but I feel like there's a lot of shit that they got to handle first before they can handle with this. Because right now, this is the situation that's going on for you. But for them, they got like 20 tabs open and they're trying to keep it all in order. And you're the one that they can put on the back burner. I know it sounds fucked up, and it does. And it is a little bit. But when there's chaos, you got to put the priorities straight before you get to the one. You save the best for last. Why do you think your new deck hates you? That is what I'm curious about. Like, where did that come from? Oh, baby, I've got so many cards. I've got 9 decks here. I've got one more on the way coming from Russia from my Seed Cookie of Doom. And then I've got another one that the hubby ordered me, which is some Celtic deck. So, like, by the end of it, I'm going to have like 11 cards. Well, 11 decks, not cards, because I got a shit ton of cards. But 11 decks. Now, see, I've been really wanting to use this one, but this one is an asshole to people. The last person I read with it called him a home wrecker. And, you know, not a lot of people come here online looking for readings and being told, hey, you're a slut. So, you know, it's one of those things. Baby, you can pull as many cards as you want on me. You don't get the negative cards. You just get sometimes. Okay, let's put it this way. You're seeing it as negative. You got to see it as growth. When things get thrown at you, it's for things for you to acknowledge. So when you're saying, I'm getting all these negative cards, that is basically just to tell you, look, this is the shit you need to work on. This is the shit that's going on. Some things you cannot control, some things that you can't control. And once you start learning how to control your life, because it is your life, then you will start reaping the rewards of that. Everything that we do in our life is a test. no matter if we know what the fuck it is or not. And it seems stupid, and why are we being tested? But that's what life does. It tests us from the moment we come out of the hole or wherever you came out of to the moment we're in the fucking grave. And it's one of those things that just won't ever stop. I'm just going to pull one. Oh, I want a card pulled from that deck. I remember that. How do you learn to read reverse without a book? So here's my thing. The way that I read is not how most people read. I read based off a few things. One, what I get from the cards as far as feeling. What I get from the person. What I hear, what I see, and what I feel, along with my own interpretation of the cards. So my interpretation for you for like Three of Swords may be slightly different for somebody else. Because I don't go by these books that these cards come with. I go by what I feel, what I'm getting from the universe to tell to you. Some call it intuitive reading. Some call it BS. It's just whatever you want to call it. Because realistically, it's not the cards that define the reader. It's the reader that define the cards. Every deck that you ever get, no matter if it's playing cards or demonic or angelic, whatever it is, those cards work for you. And you just have to learn how to use their energy to work for you. So in the end, when it comes to reading, you can sit there and read it by the book every single day. But there's going to be instances in your life where you're going to feel something strong. Like sometimes I get, when I'm reading somebody, like my heart, or I can't breathe. So when I can't breathe, that's anxiety. Or I'll feel a pain in my back or something like that. That means someone's stabbing me in the back or stabbing you in the back. Like there's so many different signs that I listen to when I'm reading. That's why I don't know what I tell you guys when I give you the cards and I'm doing them rapid readings. Because I don't got time to acknowledge that and be like, all right, so Sarah got this card today. Let's figure out what it means. It's because I'm going through it so quickly, like the motions. And every time, and you'll notice this if you pick up a deck and start reading. By the way, it's no pressure. But if you pick up a deck and you start reading, 1 second. So you pick up a deck and you start reading and you start doing these rapid readings like I'm doing. You're going to realize you're going to pick up people's energy no matter if we're behind a computer screen or if I'm like 2 inches from your face. You're going to have their energy. So the quicker that you can get through that transition and get through that energy and send it back to the person, the better off you're going to be. Because there's going to be people in your life that you're going to read. And I'm sure you've had those moments where you get around somebody and their energy is just so toxic, you're like, ugh. Yeah, that's why I do it. Because for me, every reading that I do, it's like pulling down a shutter. Once I'm done, I'm done. So that's how I keep on doing that. That's how I do my readings. There is plenty of books. There is the little books that you get with each deck. There is all these different methods, and you can read for days and years on end. But when it comes to reading, it's personalized for what works for you. So don't let anybody hold you back because there's like, well, you got to follow the book. No. Follow what it feels like to you. And once you start doing that, because when you're working with cards or divination, it's understanding your environment as well as listening to your intuition. It's kind of like when you get that feeling someone's behind you, but you don't listen to it and you keep on walking. And then the next thing you know, you get grabbed and one of your friends scares the hell out of you. It's the same thing. If you ignore that intuition, you're ignoring your abilities. No matter what deck you get or runes or cloud reading, whatever the fuck you do as far as divination. If you're not listening to that intuition that you got, you'll never get anywhere. And it'll always keep you back. Here's a reason I don't read for myself. By the way, I see your guys' comments, but I'm not even acknowledging them right now. But I will go back and acknowledge them. I don't read for myself because our energy can manipulate the card's outcome, depending on the deck. Depending if you're a new reader or not. So maybe you want, let's say, John Boy to fall in love with you. But reality is, John Boy likes Elizabeth, okay? But yet the cards are telling you, oh, he's in love with you and all this. That's because you're putting your intention. You're putting your manifestation into those cards and then you're reading for yourself. and getting what you want instead of what you need to hear. That's why I don't read for myself. Now, as far as you guys reading for yourself, do it for you. Do it all day. I don't personally do it. When I want something to acknowledge something or to figure out something, I will contact one of my other reader friends and be like, hey, throw down some cards for me because I feel like it's just giving me what I want to hear. All right, let's go back to where I started my rant at. Sorry, guys. Where am I? Oh, by the way, Laura, I am so sorry. I went on a rant. Give me 1 second. Let me catch up with the chat, and I will take your questions, my dear. I need to stop trying so hard. So toxic, you want to throw up or suffocate me. Exactly. Ma, have you been feeling good these couple days? Laura, I'll let her know you donated. Cashapp. Yes, I still do questions, my dear. So if you did 5 for 2, if you'll put those questions in a paragraph, sweetheart, I'd appreciate it. Sonia, hello. I don't know what you wrote, but hi. So throw out the book and open my mind. I mean, it's whatever works for you. If you're someone who, when you're doing something, you have to have a book to help you out, I would use the book for the first 3 months because it'll kind of give you a guideline or a base. Like, for instance, I'm sorry, Laura, I promise I will read you, my dear, while you're formulating your question. So let's give it a second to kind of give you a clue what I'm talking about when it comes to how I do my readings. If I can find the card that I'm looking for, watch, it'll be at the top of the deck like some asshole. Do. Everybody rock your body right. Extreme back that, of course, it was the first fucking card on the deck. My cards are assholes. Anyway, so when you wrong way. Sorry. Okay, so when you see this card, what is the first thing that comes to mind? You're seeing pain, suffering, destruction. By the way, this is the Tower card. And you're basically seeing it all fall apart. So how would you read that card? What does that card feel like for you? Then, if you're doing like more than just one card pull, if you got another one, so let's say you get a relationship card right besides this one. So then you're going to read off of each other. So basically, their relationship is going to hell. So, right? We're just imagining a card where my face is. So that's how you would do the correlation. Like, hey, you're dealing with something in a relationship. It seems to be destructive, and it's just going to shit. So when I read the Tower in reverse, I read it like this. There was almost a collapse of the relationship, but it was able to be switched around, a new perspective. What do you see in general for me in the next 2 months? What do you see in love between me and Natalie in the next month? Okay, general for the next 2 months. By the way, for the 2-month question, I'm going to let you know I'm only going to be able to get a few things from it. So I'm going to put that out there for you, my dear. As far as X in the next few months. Ooh, where did you go? Come here. Okay. If you want a live reading, I got a 30-minute and a 60-minute. Okay. So, Laura, my dear, to answer your first question, in the next few months, you are going to have a meetup with an individual. Are you going to work up? I really hate the focus on this camera. 2 of Cups. I feel like if I just stare at it hard enough, it'll just do what I want. There we go. 2 of Cups, and then we got the Hermit in reverse. So it seems like you're going to be getting out more, and you're going to be a lot more sociable in the next 2 months. It does seem like there's going to be a few things that pop up mentally that kind of fuck with you, but you're going to get past them. Just remember, when you're meeting people, just follow that gut intuition, so you don't get thrown into this chaotic mess, or you know how it goes. So for your second question, as far as love goes, then we've got the Three of Wands, which the Three of Wands normally is your connection to someone else, but there is a disconnect. So this tells me that there's going to be a disconnect between you two, and it's going to be something that can't be fixed. Because when we get the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles is one to try to fix things. But unfortunately, what's happening is something that isn't going to be able to be fixed. Now, with that being said, we've got the Five of Pentacles, which means even though it can't be fixed, you're going to keep an eye on this person because you do care about them and you want to make sure that they are doing well mentally, physically, and spiritually. And as far as questions, those are paid. So I would take it as this. Like in your life in the next 2 months, you're going to end up going out. You're going to end up meeting new people. And you're going to end up making connections. And the connection that you once had to your ex is going to slowly start to fade away into the background. And eventually it's going to dissipate. You're very welcome. Do you have the Wild Unknown Tarot? That's the one that I'm trying to bond with. Promise. Hush no. No, I have not. And no, I do not. I have never tried it. Brianna Tyson. Give me a second. See what I got for you, my dear. It seems like you've got a thirst for knowledge that is coming through, trying to find out information that may be hidden or something that you want to learn about. And as that's coming through, your problem is you're not wanting to give it patience. By the way, I normally don't do 2 cards, but I at least wanted some. There's a patient of information. So basically you're waiting on information or you're trying to find out information on something, but I'm not really sure as to what it is that you're looking for. My comment didn't make any sense. My phone keeps on trying. It's all right, baby. I understand what you're trying to say. Hello, Wilmore. By the way, for anybody new, if you would subscribe to my channel, you get 1 free card reading every day that you come in. Questions are a paid deal, or you can book me or do a free, not a free, but do a live session with me, 30 minutes to an hour. 30 minutes is 30, hour is 60. Gabby is one of my moderators, so she will fill you in between. You can, as long as you are subscribed, my dear. And please do be honest. It does help the channel. So it seems to me like you're finally getting out of depression, and we got the Queen of Wands where you're kind of just doing your own thing right now. Wilmore. And the reason that I say this is because this is one of a warrior card. One who's been through pain and one who's trying to get past the hurt. But they're also building up walls because of the mental blocks and the anguish that they dealt with for the last couple months. So just take this as time for yourself. You're regaining that warrior self. You're regaining that courage, regaining, the thing that used to make you you. And I think we all lose it at some point in time, whether it's for friends, family, or relationships. But you're starting to get that back in your world, my dear. Danny's World. Party time. Excellent. Queen's World. All right, my dear, for you, Danny, we've got the Three of Pentacles, but it is in reverse. So that tells me maybe there's some things that you were trying to work on yourself, and you kind of had a few other people helping you, but it seems like you kind of went back into your old ways and old habits. Just remember, when we're trying to change ourselves for the better, it takes time. It's not going to be done in a day. Give yourself credit. Start anew the next day. If it doesn't work then, start anew the next day. And keep on trying to push yourself. Clementine. Where the fuck is Clementine with a name like that? Who is Clementine? Oh, I see it. Okay, Clementine, I do not do questions for free, so you do get 1 card, my dear. Let's see what we got. I know I had to go back and look at the name. You're very welcome, Danny's World. Clementine, my dear, instead of focusing on the future, you're focused on the past. When we take a stroll down memory lane, don't become consumed by it. And try not to make the same mistakes that you did in the past. Normally when that happens, it's an X coming through. Danny, my dear, if you want a 30-minute reading, I have my email down below. Email me. And let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me look at my calendar. So I've got a booking available for the 20th at anywhere between 1 and 4 p.m. Actually, I take that back because I do my lives at 4 and that wouldn't work. So anywhere between 1 and 3 p.m. I can do a reading for you on the 20th. So if you want that, my dear, just email me and along with a screenshot of payment confirmation, and then I will send you the information. I do it all via Zoom. So you get a 30-minute reading, and then if we go over a little bit, it doesn't matter. So just email me, sweetheart, unless you want to do it right now. So it's up to you. But that's as far as private readings. I'm not available till the 20th. I have Mystic Tarot card. I love using them. They're the first I got to give it to me in the Goddess and the Gods from Greece. The Mystic. So you, my dear, are using this set. I actually just got this set, the Mystical Oracle. I've used it, and it's done me well. I just didn't use it today. Give me 1 second. I'm like, my mouth's going dry, and I'm like, woof. Today is like speed round. I'm so glad that I fucking took some B12, man. I've never been so happy to take B12. Michael got a free card earlier if you're talking about Cook. Michael Cook. Oh, thank you, my dear. You're fine, babe. Najaya, KK. Let's see what I got for you, love. Najaya, my dear, you have someone putting an illusion on for you. Basically, they're trying to appear like something that they're not. And it seems like some kind of information that they're trying to hold for you. Don't believe everything that people tell you. And take it with a grain of salt. She just dropped cards again. It's weird because I didn't cleanse it when I brought it home. Who dropped cards? Baby, we are going through reading so quick. It's hard to keep up. The only reason I'm keeping up is because I'm making a mental list that's kind of working in my favor. Oh, RR, my dear, let's see what I got for you. We've got a connection to the moon. So this is one that is dealing with either psychic knowledge or dealing with dreams. If it could only, there we go, finally. So either that or maybe someone's playing you like a puppet. It's one of the three. But the moon does connect with the emotions and our spiritual side. I have a feeling I know what the person who is doing. My intention has been on point lately. Well, my dear, I wish you well in that adventure. So how did you like the Mystical Oracle, Michael? The reason that I ask is because it's like the weirdest feeling when I use them. It's like a feeling of power but calmness at the same time. So I don't know what exactly it is that you got, but that's what I got. So, this is where we're at. Isn't Gabby awesome? Gabby's a beast. It's like I do the readings, Gabby does the close up for me. That's why I love her. Even though she gets annoyed with me. Love you, boo. Sorry, remember cards, I'm doing mine as you're doing yours. When I shuffle, they fall every time. So when they fall, is it just one or two, or is it like the whole damn deck? Thank you, and you are amazing. I witch over that. Oh, you're sweet. Give me one. Three. Which one's three? You had three cards pop out. Okay, so here's the thing. You can either choose to acknowledge those cards and read them or not. So how much just for one question? I don't do one question. I do $5 for two questions. Unless you want to pay for a 30-minute or an hour reading. Jessica, my dear, where'd you donate, sweetheart? I'm trying to keep up between the house and the chat, and I'm like, ding, ding. I'm going, okay, I see. All right, give me a second. I'm sorry, guys. I really am trying to keep up. But I feel like a squirrel. Okay, I see where you're at, baby. What's your two questions, sweetheart? Jessica, thank the gods that you got a sense of humor, because I'm just like, I'm so glad I got so much energy. Because I'm drinking this Crystal Light stuff, and it's supposed to have caffeine, and then I had to take Midol earlier, and that's got caffeine. So before this live, I was like, and now I'm like, I'm so glad I had that energy. So you know how you said, go with the flow. My roommate just called and informed me her lease is up in March and asked if I wanted to move out with her or go separate ways. Ooh, kill the squirrel. Never kill the squirrel. That would hurt me. Please write your questions one, dear. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I type slow. Yeah, we give Jessica time. Jessica gives me time. That's great. The squirrel is our mascot for real. Squirrel brain. But Brittany, it's up to you on whether you choose to read the ones that pop out or not. Some people do, some people don't. It's just whatever's right for you. I thought I was the mascot. You're like the bodyguard. Gabrielle is like 12 hints as to why she never... What? Or Richard, you can just go fuck off. First off, you don't come in my fucking room and say anything about me or any of my fucking moderators. So you can go the fuck out of here, but thanks for the view. Basically, it was Gabrielle is like 12 hints as to why she never shuts the fuck up. That's basically what was said. And I'm going to put it on here now. I don't care who sees this video in the future. You come after my moderators. You come after me. And I swear to the gods, you will fucking pay. Try me. I'm not in the fucking mood for your stupid games. Because you're sitting at home behind your computer being a dumb fuck. Come after a 16-year-old girl one more goddamn time on my page. See what the fuck happens. Don't fuck with me and don't fuck with my moderators. Sorry for everybody coming in. I'm normally not that rude, but I fucking hate when assholes come in. It's cool. You want to come at me all goddamn day? Fucking come at me. But you come after my moderators, especially a teenage girl who is fucking working her little ass off in this room. Fuck you and go fuck off. Now, Jessica, my dear, what were you trying to ask me question-wise? Hey, Sabrina. I don't want to share. Okay, so you R&R, if you would go ahead and write your questions. Jessica, my dear, if you would write your questions. Jessica is first R&R, and then it would be you, my dear. You don't have to share your last name. Give me a second. I'm sorry, mommy just had to pop off. I just hate people, man, sometimes. Like, why do you got to be such a dick and try to come after a motherfucker? By the way, if you guys ever make a donation, make it as friends and family. Because when you guys do it, like, I guess for business or whatever, it literally takes 50% out right there. Or 50 cents. Can I get my... Yes, you can. You just have to write your 2 questions, my dear. Because, unfortunately, I read the cards, but not without questions. Make sure they're both in a paragraph or I won't be able to read it. Not a problem, Jessica, my dear. Did anyone else notice Lexia when she's mad? Thank you, dear. I've been told that more than once. She used to see me in person. My head starts bobbing and my finger starts waving. It's bad. Oh, you're all too sweet. I just don't understand the point. Like, why come on here just to be a dick? Like, you can be a dick anywhere else in the world. Why do you got to do it on my fucking feed? Like, you're not doing anything. The world's already fucking chaotic as it is. Do you think that anybody else wants to listen to you be a fucking dick and you think that you're doing something like, look what I can do? Like, no, go fuck off. Go fall down a flight of steps. Go do something. Not a problem, baby. Yes, Sabrina, you can get a free card. I'm just pissed. Ugh. Maybe you're heading in the right direction, Sabrina. Whatever it is that you're heading towards, which it seems like a new opportunity, you're going in the right direction. How does he feel about me right now? Hey, will you do me a... I'm taking pictures. Yeah, that's fine. We make sure that I got some waters in there and that food in there. That either, whatever has nothing in it, throw it away if you would. Because your dad just left containers in there that are empty for no reason, just to torture me. You're welcome, sweetheart.
When you said the thing about flight of steps.
Give me a second, baby. I got 2 questions I got to answer. What is he feeling about me right now? And will he return to commit? I can tell you the feeling I'm getting already is not good. Questions are paid, my dear. All right. So for your first question, RR, we've got the King of Swords and we've got the Knight of Cups. So as far as how they're feeling about you, they're on the fence. They don't really know how they feel. On one hand, they want to protect you, and on the other hand, they want to destroy you. So it's kind of like one of those relationships or one of those things between 2 people where at one point you want to protect them. At the other point, you just want to choke them enough to let you know, leave me the fuck alone at that point. So it's kind of like one of those love-hate relation feelings at that point. As far as will they return, it does seem like there is going to be a point to where whatever they're doing, they're going to get free of. And things are able to be fixed or at least worked on, but I don't think that they're ever going to be the exact same that they were before, but there is going to be an attempt to fix it. It's just going to take some time. And based off of these cards, we are looking at, let's see. Anywhere between 10 weeks to 10 months, to 10 days even. So anywhere between 10 days to 10 months. Hey, the goal is to grab water, not drop it. Oh, my dear. Is that a yes on the commitment? It's a yes on working towards a resolution. As far as the commitment, it's a maybe. It just depends on where you both are at that moment in time. Oh, don't cry, baby. Hello, love and hip hop, baby. Welcome back. Hello, Italy. I do charge or tally. I do call charge for questions, my dear. So love and hip hop, my dear, it does seem like you are dealing with a disconnect. We have the 3 of Wands, but they are in reverse. So it seems that you are disconnecting yourself from a gentleman, it seems. One who seems to not be as wise as you once thought they were. Brittany learning woot. Do the booty shake dance. Shake it, mama. Get it. Get it. I know it's weird for you to see your mom say things like that, but I do have a personality and a life outside of being your mother.
I guess. As I was saying earlier, when you talked about the flight down the steps, I was like, that's me.
Well, you come in and you attack somebody.
Someone came in and did that?
Yes, because they're douchebags. They have nothing better else in their life to do. All right, my dear. I'm reading. You enjoy your juice. If you want a snack later, we've got popcorn and everything else, which I might end up having popcorn later.
Oh, so there's like 6 stuff in the fridge.
6 what?
Waters.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, sorry. I got lost and then I came back. I'm back. Anyway, what can I do for you guys? You want to talk? You want to chit chat? God, an hour and a half with you guys goes so quick. By the way, Sabrina, if you're still in here and I did come up kind of forceful, I was mad at the moment and it's not towards you. Or maybe if you see this in the future, just know. Yeah, sorry. Like, that's the best thing I can do. Let's go, I'm sorry. You caught me in the heat of the moment. It's kind of like that one friend sees you arguing but doesn't acknowledge the argument and goes, hey, and then you go, what? And then they're like, I just wanted to talk to you. It's like, fuck. Give me a minute. Let me realign my chi, so to speak. 8 of Wands, 8 of Cups reverse, the Ace of Cups. So in the end, it'll do good. Danny, where did you pay, my dear? That's okay, I see. You got me on. Okay, I got you. Okay. Anyway, so the first question. How does my ex Jay feel about me right now? Well, I feel that they're moving away from you a little bit right now, kind of distancing themselves to work either on themselves or to allow you to work on yourself. So it's one of giving you personal space. And to me, if anybody's giving me personal space as far as like I need distance, that is telling me that they have some compassion for me, especially when the Lover's card pops up. So there is love and caring. So for question 2, what's coming for us next? What's coming next for the 3 of us? What is coming next for the 3 of us? We got a throuple, a polyamorous couple. Yay. Oh, what is coming up? All right. So you guys need to learn to have some patience, because patience is going to be the key. And there's going to also be the key of keeping an eye on each other. So maybe kind of giving each other a little bit more personal space. That's kind of what's coming up, because I feel like if they don't feel like they're being trusted, this is for everyone in the group, by the way, that there's going to end up being a bigger issue and there's going to end up being a separation. So that's one thing you kind of got to give each other a little bit more leadway than has been given. How does he feel about me versus the third party? Oh. It's funny that the third one's coming up. Okay, so there's a lot of baggage that is trying to be released, but all so far it's just leading in heartbreak. And it seems like this is kind of what you're vibing on right now. And that's what's causing this distant emotion that is coming in. So it's one of trying to let go of the bad and trying to move into the good, which this is another card kind of just recognizing that, like, look, let's start anew. Let's move on. Let's try to figure this out. And will I get the full-time position that I applied for? Well, let me see, my dear. Let me get that position. It seems that there's two gentlemen, as far as the position that you applied for, that are trying to pass judgment on you when it comes to what you're trying to get. I don't really see it coming to be, just because it feels like there's a preconceived notion of how you're going to be. So I feel like someone's already passing judgment on you for this job that you applied for, but I will ask again just for confirmation. Yeah, we got the 10 of Cups in reverse. So this does not seem like it's one of those jobs that is going to be working out in the exact way that you want, which is going to cause you to be a little bit bitter. But I do feel like there's going to be other positions that come up in the next few months. And when I say a few months, I see the next 3 or 4. You can donate now, Crystal. Josephine, those are charged to things. If you guys would, when you do send payment, let me know which one you send it to. It just makes it easier. And then put both of your questions in a form of a paragraph. So hopefully that brings you some clarity, my dear. I mean, all of your questions that you had, the first two really tied in together. The third one was kind of like, it just depends on if one's willing to budge or not. And for the fourth one, it does seem like something is blocking you. Feels like 2 individuals is blocking you from being able to step into that. I don't know if, like, when you had your interview process, or maybe when you went to go apply, you just kind of got this vibe, like it was like a shot in the dark kind of thing, but there is something holding you back. But not a problem, sweetheart. I haven't ever got to read for like kind of like a throuple situation. I'm assuming that's what it is. At least that's how I read it. But if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But I'm kind of excited because that's kind of interesting. Because then you get all 3 sides. It's up to you, hon. Normally, when all I do is just do confirmation of your payment, and then you can write your questions here, so that way, if I have to, I can go back to it. I already work within the company, and yes, that's the situation. It's that situation. See, and that's the problem when people want to be assholes to stop someone from achieving a goal. Hey, my dear, let's see, what card can I pull for thee? Estelle. What do we give Estelle? By the way, guys, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It does help me on the channel, and I appreciate it. Estelle, my dear, you're not respecting your boundaries. You need to keep true to your own boundaries, my dear, and the boundaries of others. Not a problem, Crystal. You know, I've been drinking water like crazy, but it does feel like my mouth is like super dry and I don't know why. It'll be Crystal. Did you send it, Crystal? Not yet. I can't add you to the list. Danny's World. You did send $5 more. It does seem, and you get 2 more questions. You know the drill. Put it in a paragraph. And if you get yours done before Crystal, and then in the meantime, I see that, my dear. Okay, so for Nadita, be vigilant, my dear. Just keep on pushing and keep on doing what you're doing. I know it seems hard, but all right, go ahead and formulate your 2 questions. 1 more. I paid through. Will we get back together? And this is for Danny's World. I don't see something getting back together just for the reason that the cards are popping up. Because we've got the Knight of Swords, which is one of dealing with harsh emotions and reality and attempting to fix things, but it just kind of doesn't work. Especially when it goes in with the 3 of Pentacles again, which is trying to improve oneself or their situation. And it's just not kind of going the way that you want it to. It seems the more that you try to fix it, the worse that it gets. But it's one of those things where you kind of hold on to the good memories, the good things that were, and trying to at least be the good friend, to be nurturing and supportive at that time. But as far as like a relationship goes, it's kind of fleeting. Who will I date? And this guy named Charles lied and said I hit him and I have to go to court. How will it turn out? So who will I date next? I can give you the best that I can. That's all I can offer when it comes to that. So the person that you're going to end up with next is going to be a water sign. They're going to be a little bit more calming and more caring and a little bit more compassionate in nature. And then we've also got the 4 of Wands, which means they're going to be stable, which means they're going to offer you the same stability in your life and compassion. It's going to feel kind of like one of those things where, like, why haven't you guys met before? But it is going to be one that is stable. They are going to be a water sign, and they're going to be a little bit more caring and passionate on the way that they handle things. Now, as far as going to court, we will see how it will turn out. Okay, so we got the Chariot, which means that you're going to be pushing forward and trying to fight up against it, which we already know, obviously. But the bad thing is it's not going to end up in your favor, because we get the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles tells us that the things that we're trying to fix and trying to make go our way will not work. So I'm sorry about that, my dear. Who will I date next is by Danny's World. All right, give me a second. Danny's World wants to know who they will be dating next. Okay. Okay. So here's what I'm going to tell you. So the person that you're going to get with does seem like a situation that you walked away from personally, but it's not something that you wanted to walk away from. And I don't think it's the ex that we were just talking about, Danny, because this is like someone maybe a little bit further back. And it seems that when this person comes into your life, it's going to be one of fun. You kind of never know which side of the coin that they're going to flip on, with their good side or their bad side. But it does seem that when you guys are together, people do feel that vibration and that energy come through. And when they do, it's one that they enjoy watching. They enjoy seeing. So that will be the one that you will be dating next. Crystal, my sweet, you're very welcome. And hopefully the court, maybe the odds will change in your favor. But it does look like what's trying to be fixed won't be fixed. Hey, Cosmic Butterfly. I'm hanging in there. See what I got for you today. You got somebody in your life that is trying to block your path. This person has a lot of control over people, has a lot of charisma, is able to get a lot of people to focus their eyes on them, and they are trying to block you, my dear. I don't know what it is, but it does feel like a maybe either an associate or like a friend's type, but this individual is blocking you. And the reason I say that is instead of the card showing up like this, no matter if it's reversed or not, it's showing up like this. So that tells me that this person is a roadblock in your path. So I'm sorry about that, my dear. You know what we do with roadblocks? We run right over them. Metaphorically, not physically. Ooh, it's been a while since I had a break. You're very welcome, my dear. It has been hopping today. I'm like, by the way, Gabs, I know that you left, but eventually you'll see this. Sea Biscuit sends her best wishes. She is got stuck doing calls this week. So she's having issues being able to actually jump on and help us out. Which means eventually I'm going to have to probably get another moderator. I'm sorry, I keep on going out of focus. Every time I move, this camera's like, what are you doing? But hopefully we can get it and figure it out and all that fun jazz. Crystal? Okay, I sent. Okay. By the way, Crystal, I love your message. By the way, this is me. Like, I found that cute. Which I'm so glad people are doing that now, because in the beginning, I'm like, who the hell is this? And you're not giving me a screen name. Which makes things a lot easier when I have a screen name to go with. Because then you got like 10 other people going, that's me. And it's not. And then you're like, oh, crap. So what's everybody up to today? My day has been interesting. My friend had something tragic happen, which she lost her grandmother. And then now she's on this religious path of trying to find herself and figure out what life means and is the world going to end, that kind of thing. So most of my day was spent talking to her and trying to be a good friend and be like, you know, we all have that moment in our life. So just kind of take it out as and roll with it. You know what I mean? By the way, for anybody coming in, take a look down at the description and let me know what you want to do. Working on getting offerings to Hecate for the food later for the full new morning. I'm sorry for your friend. Yeah, it's just one of those things, man. You got to kind of be there for people. And then I've been writing some blogs, getting that situated. And then there will be a video here. I'm going to do a summoning chant that for you guys that I've already written out. I've got it ready. I just need to video it. So, okay, thank you. So that will be coming either this month or the beginning of next month. But as far as offerings to Hecate, here's something funny. So yesterday I was writing the summoning chant because I was like, I want to give something more for those who are wanting to communicate with her. My dumbass wrote the summoning for her, summoned her, and then basically we were together for about a good hour. Well, I'm just sitting here writing all these different spells and stuff that she's just given to me. It was a thing. So, fair warning. Only use it when you need to use it. I need the axe. I need the axe practice. You should start with the people on your lawn. And when she told me that, I was like, no way. Speaking of no way, let's check out and see how many people we got today. By the way, thanks guys for joining in today. It's kind of nice. Ew, we went up by a lot. We started at 551. We are now at 563. So thank you guys for subscribing. I appreciate it. Sorry about your friend. Add me to the list. That was the greatest segue. Smooth, X-Lex. Smooth rolling. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll add you to the list, but you've got to subscribe. And that's how we do it around here, my dear. And once you do that, I will read the card that I am shuffling for you. On the cap note, no last. I already told her what I would do. I'm just saying. Kick it to the curve. You were not a lot nicer than I would have been. Just saying. Because that is pretty messed up. Aw, you people are just so beautiful. Like, I see you guys, I'm like, aw. That's how we do that. All right. Okay, good. Like me. I'll smoke you crazy. Keep me laughing, though. So what have you been up to, Cosmic Butterfly? It feels like a while since I've seen you. Looks like the truth is not being seen. Impatience. Bring your family, bring your friends. Treat yourself a reading, treat you. I know, right? Click the damn bell. Working the Hecate Intense course. And who are you working from, my dear? Who is giving this intense course? As far as me, I'm just trying to get my life situated and trying to be a good friend and good mom and trying to keep my shit together while keeping my gods and goddesses happy and planning for the hubby's birthday, which don't tell him, guys. I've got him a custom table being made that I'm doing on payments. So by the time I do get it paid off, it will be ready for his birthday in March, which I'm super excited. And luckily for me, I got friends with many talents who are willing to do payments for me. And Jason Miller, he's awesome. You know, that's not the first time that I've heard about him. And I think a while back I had actually checked into him. Isn't he the one who does like those $300 or $400 courses? No troublemakers. Yeah, see, that's the only reason that's held me back from his courses, because I'm like, some of the things that I've seen, like the short little snippets, I'm like, a lot of this information you can find on your own. Now, certain ways to do it, everybody has their own thing, you know what I mean? And I've been tempted, but I'm like, I'm spending $400 on knowledge. Is it worth it? So, as of yet, I haven't found it worth it. But who knows, maybe one day I will. It's one of those things where it's like, what, $400 for, I think, what, 6 weeks? Something like that. It's not so much of the oh, I'm not going against you for doing it. I'm just saying I can't, like, at this point in my life, I cannot personally justify spending that kind of money. This one is 7 months, so that's not bad. That's a little bit longer at this time. Just because, you know, we just got the house paid off. I've got to do some repairs to the house and stuff like that. Like, the things that I get on here are like minor stuff, like the cards and stuff, but to take that leap is one of those ones where I'm like, I can't financially take that plunge at this moment. So I wish you good luck on your journey, my dear. He is definitely someone that eventually I would love picking his mind, but more of a one-on-one, let me pick your mind, see what energy I get from you, other than just, okay, here's a course, here's a group, let's do this, let's do that. But, you know, we haven't collided yet, and so to speak. Our paths have not been destined to meet yet. Who knows, maybe one day I'll meet them and I'll be like, you know what? Take my money. In good due time. That's what I figure. Now, I've seen a few of the things that he's talked about. Like, he's very interesting. I think he's even wrote a few books, hasn't he? If I remember correctly. Because when I went to go research on him, I think it was like 2019. So it's been a couple of years. But he's like one of the main people that you hear about in the Hecate community. And you're like, is this dude just making some shit up to make some money? Or how is he? And then you start getting into the realm, and like some of the stuff that I've read lines up with what I've been taught. So I have respect for him for now. I always say that. I always have respect for people until they give me a reason not to. So how long have you been doing the course? Or did you just start? Right. Well, I'm going to assume for that tag price, it's more than just information. I'm pretty sure there's some shit that could fuck somebody's world up. And if they're going to put that out there in the world for anybody who's willing to put the tag price on it, they're going to make it hefty. So that I could see. Started 3 weeks ago. Well, that's not bad. So you're just in the beginning. You got a while. It'll probably be like, what, September before you complete it? Maybe earlier, because you said 7 months. So I'm always kind of like this, you know, when it comes to information and any path that I look into, the information will either come to me by someone bringing it up, or someone saying, hey, I found this book, or my goddess saying, hey, bitch, this is what you need to get, and then I find it. But I don't know. There's just some things I'm like, Plus, I think about it in this term. I don't know, man. Like, is it more of... Because I ask myself when I see price tags like that, like, what's the end goal? What is this money going towards? Is it just going towards... I know, right? It's from that Alexa thing. But I kind of wonder, like, is it towards your own personal? Like, is it going towards, like, what Raven was saying? Like, one of them goes for, like, towards a temple or something. Like, where is this money going? How many people have you had over this class of time? Like, that's the kind of thing that I think about when it goes to classes, because I know people vary on price and vary on, like, practice and, you know, how immersed and stuff like that. But especially during this time, it's kind of hard to get people to pull that kind of money out of their ass. So I kind of wonder, you know, like, I've seen courses go for that high, but it's like a year and a day course. Or maybe at the end of the course, you're actually going to, like, a cabin or something with, like, a small group of 10 people. And then at the end, you actually do a ritual with the individual that's been doing the practices. So, I don't know. It's one of those things where you kind of go back and forth in your mind before you make a decision and just leap. But they are definitely someone to check out. And they are somebody I do need to do a book review on. At least here on this channel. But hell, I haven't had a time for reading in forever. Not enough hours in the day, and my body, unfortunately, just won't keep on going. If you want to know, I would consult him. I'm not sure. It's one of those things, if I really wanted to know, I would research it. I would look it up. I just haven't had the time, but it is something that I've thought about. It's one of those careaway moments. Where is it all going to? What's it all about? Why is the price tag high? Is some of the things, like, I don't know. I've always been one of those people, like, I came from the background where we worked with the land that we were given, that money was always tight, and to never put yourself in a predicament where you're going to get fucked, and always watch out for the man selling the snake oil. So that's kind of where I come from, as far as, like, when I see things like that. And it's nothing bad. I mean, you're obviously getting something from it. But it's one of those things that kind of make me sit back and go, is it the snake oil? Is it stuff that's already been written that just someone took the time to compile? Or is it a little bit of both or something more? It's one of those things. It's a personal thought process, you know what I mean? It's like when you're trying to find the perfect book when you're first starting and you don't know where to go. And you see all these books and you're looking at them and you're like, which one do I spend my money on? I don't want to pick the wrong one. Do you kind of get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I know, I mean, it may seem like I'm kind of coming after you for it, but I'm not. But I'm just being realistic for anybody that watches this video, because honestly, people watch these videos afterwards. So basically, you are being a representation for this person, even though you did not sign up for that by taking his course. You are representing what his course is about. You're representing how long it is. You're representing how much is the course being paid. So let's say somebody comes here and watches this video later on. They have the same mentality I do. But, you know, they're looking at you and like, well, it's working for them. It might work for them. It might be good. Maybe it's something I should look into. Maybe if I can't buy the course, I can eventually buy the books and get to know this person. Maybe they'll give me insight into my practice. That's kind of why I'm kind of going in with this whole conversation and back and forth. And I know it's kind of getting irritated, like, hey, it's my money. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. And I totally get that. But I'm doing this for the viewer or the people in the room who may not know this individual, may not have heard about him, looking for someone to read that deals with Hecate. And maybe down in the future somewhere, they will actually decide to pay for this course. So when you see me kind of going in and asking and telling my opinion, it's giving two sides of the coin. The side that goes with the man you're talking about, and my side of, you know, trying to figure out like what's where spirituality and money meet. You know what I mean? The two evils, so to speak. Is a thirst for knowledge worth the coin spent, or is it not? So that's kind of what I'm getting at in a long-term way. And Neha, my dear, I'm not doing any more readings for the rest of the night. We've already hit that point, and I do charge for questions, my dear. So sorry that I took your experience of, you know, learning from something and kind of turned it into one of those moments, you know what I mean? But I figured if someone does make it to this point in the video and they do see information about it, especially since I focus a lot on Hecate, that it's kind of good to have a conversation, you know? I'm in demonology woods right now. Honey, I've been fluctuating for the last year between Mesopotamian, Sumerian, demonology, and the Goetic and a little bit of Solomon's Key for like the last 2 years. So if you had a book that you would recommend that this gentleman has written, what would you recommend? Because I'm assuming that you read one of the books before you took the class. I just didn't want it to seem like I'm coming off like, why are you spending your money like this? So stupid. No, I didn't want it to come off like that, but I did want it to be kind of information. I don't have a book on New Life. I don't have a book on him. Was there anything in particular that drawed you to it, or was it just one of those random finds? You know what I mean? Like you're searching the internet and then bam, this dude. What was his name? Because I keep on saying this dude, Jason Miller, for anybody who watches this. That's why I'm putting it out there. Which I probably should. I've heard about him from a few people. And then there's also, for those out there looking for information, there is so many different, I'm going to have to put it together. Because I know there's a Hecate organization in New York. There's one over, I think, in Rome or Greece. With a review on the YouTube. Bye, Gabby. Good luck, my dear. That is the truth. No two witchers or no two witches are the same. And that's the beautiful thing, that we can sit here and have conversations, you know what I mean? Like, and for those of you who do look in the class, they do have a refund policy. So, if it's something that you wish to do. But you know how it is, though. And that's another thing. Like, since we're talking about it, always research the people that you go to. Just to see if they're credible. If people in the community know them, have heard of them. Like this dude, I think he's been around for like, what, 20, 30 years or something like that. So, or at least last time that I remember, which honestly, I've read so much shit in between then and now. Ugh, it's been a thing. 30. See, she's got me. I do my research. It's just trying to remember the time frames. Which wouldn't that be an interesting life? Now, the ladies that do the one up in New York, they started, I think, a couple years ago. And I think Hecate's Covenant is an online resource as well. Don't quote me on it, but I'll look it up. Yeah, they have a lot on. You have a lot on your plate. No worries. Oh, yeah. It's never done. But it would be interesting. I do like picking people's mind. You know what I mean? You can always learn something new from someone. And it's kind of just seeing where people's journeys kind of like intermingle and stuff like that. And resources. It's like people ask me all the time, what books do you read? And I'm like, honestly, I've read quite a few. And a lot of them, I don't have physical copies. They're like either downloads I read that I either don't have the tablet anymore or I do. And it's just like, oh. So one of those things. I've done a lot of research, and I'm still learning shit. And I think that's a good thing, too, when you got people like that who can put it all. Like, I don't think you get really everything, you know what I mean? But you get enough to where you can stop from walking and just running. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're paying attention to it. Because I know there's quite a few courses out there, which reminds me, I've got to focus. I've got to renew my license. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any marriages this year, but you have to get what you put into it. Exactly. And, you know, I can agree with that. Like, he's got 30 fucking years. Fuck yeah, get your money, boo. But I just haven't met many people who actually went to the man. And that's the issue that I have, like, when I was doing physical teaching and why I started charging for, like, classes and stuff, because you get some people who are just in it for the moment, and then you get some people who are really into it, and then people have their own interpretations of different things. And then if you get into some will mix different theologies and different things like that, and then it's a whole thing. But it's so nice to talk to individuals on the same path sometimes. It makes it easier. Oh, well, thank you, my dear. I try, but like I always say, there's always more to learn. And I find it funny, though, because a lot of people are like, well, what all do I got to learn? When do I get to do this? And I'm like, it's a journey. Why are you treating it like a destination? And I think that's just because of the way we've been taught. You know, like, you start school, you end school, you get a degree, but you never really stop learning. It's a growing process. Which there's an experience. I think I have it scheduled for February the 8th. Exactly. Where I talk about my first experience with Hecate when I was younger. And that was pretty interesting. By the way, dear, I'm not doing readings. And if I did, my dear, they would be charged reading. I'm so sorry. But please do feel free to come back tomorrow. Yeah, it's definitely a journey. I think it is, really. What gets me, though, and one of the hardest things that I find, and I kind of struggle with this, and, you know, this is one of those things where I'm being transparent, but, like, you ever talk to somebody and you just, the things that they say, you're like, there's no fucking way. Like, what psychedelic did you take today? And then I sit back and I remind myself, you know, here I am always saying no two witches, which the same. And I'm judging another person's path based on what I know. So am I really being judgy, or am I trying to protect them? And I think that's the hard balance to try to figure out. You know what I mean? Like, where does it go in from you're judging another person's path to where you're going, hey, are you okay? You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's both the hardest thing to learn. And Hecate has put that on my path more than once. And I'm like, I just don't understand. Like, am I supposed to learn tolerance, time, patience? What? Because it's one of those moments where you're so bad, you just want to grab them and be like, look, babe, I don't know where you're getting your information, but it's not right. But then you step back and you're like, that doesn't make me any better than anybody else. You know what I mean? So that's a hard place to be in sometimes, at least from a teaching standpoint, because I never wanted to be one of those people who push people and say, hey, you know, you hit a couple branches on the way down from the knowledge tree. But good night, my dear. Good luck with your little pest control. But I guess it is time to start kind of railing it in. You know what I mean, guys? We have been on here for a little bit over 2 hours. But nonetheless, I want to thank you guys for Yeah, that's why it's good to phenomenon on each their own, no bias, to see what works for you. Exactly. And with that, I think that is the best note that we can leave in on, is a reminder, even if the path of another does not seem right for you, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. You just got to go with what's right for you. And always to remember that in the end, no two witches witch the same. And to just try to do the best for what's for you and your path. And with that, I will see you guys tomorrow.